Hey everyone, how's it going?
Rip. What's up, Tim?
I'm doing all right, man. It's hot out there, man. It's energy draining. It's like
Man,
as
it's been a
soon as you
while.
as soon as you step outside, you feel like you're gonna melt, and uh, I don't know. I like it. It's a beautiful thing.
I don't like it, but I haven't even. I've been outside once in the last like week, and I was just to go to the comic shop. Anyway, that's been a while since we recorded, and our lives are so boring. There's nothing new to bring up between last episode and this episode.
Man, we had your graduation party, dude. That was dope. Um, I spent like $100 just on a round trip commute to get back and forth from my house to your house. Uh,
I got a reimbursement for that.
nah, not at all. Um, I don't know. It was always a good time, and like I started leaving in such a hurry, like to go catch my train and stuff. I didn't even grab a plate or any to go drinks. I was
Oh,
like, what the fuck?
I didn't. I didn't even think of that. I didn't
No,
even think
no,
of that.
because at first I was getting ready to grab the plate, and then you came back upstairs and you're like, oh, you forgot those comic books, and then that whole fiasco with your dog happened, and I was like, oh fuck, I'm running out of time.
Yeah, but well, we won't get into too much detail about that. That's a story for another day. Because I don't feel like reliving it. It was a headache. All right. So I told you watch Incredibles. I told you watch Incredibles, and we could discuss it on the next episode. But you
Yeah.
didn't watch Incredibles. You haven't seen either of them. Uh, so I have no clue
I,
what we're gonna talk about because Ant Man and Wasp isn't out for another. I don't know.
it's
How
out
long
like
till it's
next
out?
week or something, dude. Emergency Awesome already seen it. They done a review on it, a non spoiler review, but
I think he gets to see it early. I think those big YouTube channels get to see it early.
I know, but usually they like those the press viewings are usually just like a week or so before like everyone else gets to see them. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think it's out because I know nobody who's seen it.
UK might get it before we do. UK seems to get movies before us, and I don't. And even any of my UK friends haven't seen it yet. So I know it's coming out soon. I know it's a July date, like July, like early July. So
Yeah, it should be out pretty soon. All right. So what? I don't know what we're even going to talk about on this stream. I don't know. Reading any good comics lately? Watch any good shows? Tell me about it.
um, I'm behind on comics. I'm still collecting everything. I'm so bad at buying books that like I don't remember if I bought something the week or so before. So I have like a whole bunch of accidental doubles of a lot of stuff. I'm so
It's
bad.
happened to me a couple times. It's happened
Huh?
to me a couple times. That's happened to me a couple times.
It's happened to me so much. I'm like, fuck, dude. Why did I buy another copy of this Venom book, or why did I buy? And I didn't notice how bad it was until I started actually going through my to read pile and starting putting a bunch of stuff together. Like I put all my Oblivion songs together. I put uh all my Xenoscope stuff is all together in one thing. All my other obscure indie stuff is just in its own separate thing, but they're all separated by their own title. And like uh yeah, it's just I put all my free comic book day stuff, and that's in its own separate pile, like free comic book day stuff. Like even like since I got a Street Fighter book, it's not gonna go in my Street Fighter pile. It's just in my free comic book day bullshit. So like that's how I'm organizing my stuff right now.
All right. Well, I got some recent comics in front of me that I just read in the last couple days.
Yeah,
I don't think you've read any of these. Have you read Spectacular Spider-Man Annual One?
I haven't read the annual yet. That's something I've been getting around to. Uh, I'm not caught
Did
up
you read?
on the current spectacular like 305, I think it is 306.
306. I almost spoiled 306 for you. Okay, then I take it you're not caught up on Thing and Human Torch.
I almost bought Thing and Human Torch. I almost bought that shit, dude. 2-in-1 looks like it's pretty cool. And I just haven't been. I've been I've been just buying this other random obscure shit that I have no idea if it's good or not, like Spider King, or you were like, why the fuck did you buy Lucy Dreaming? I'm like, I don't know why I bought it. It looks cool, and you're like, it's trash. Burn it.
There's Eternity Girl I said that about.
Or what was it?
Eternity Girl.
Oh yeah, Eternity Girl. I'm just looking at Lucy Dreaming right now, and that shit looks pretty cool. But you're like, I was like, I'm collecting Dodge City, and you're like, why the hell are you collecting Dodge City? I'm like, I don't know.
If you're gonna get an indie book, at least get a good indie book. Anyways, but here's the other stuff I read recently in front of me. Detective Comics 983, Cyberforce number 4. I think you just bought number 1 of Cyberforce.
I have number 1 and 2 of Cyberforce. I'm getting 3 and 4 next week. I think 4 is out.
1 and 2?
I haven't read them yet. I haven't read them yet.
You're killing me, Smalls. Anyways, I don't know. I read Man of Steel 5, Strangers in Paradise 4, and then Venom number 3. So I don't think we have anything common to talk about right now, which is sad. You know how much time in people's lives we've wasted with this episode so far.
I don't care. So you're catching up on Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. We did a whole. I didn't have anyone to talk about Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. with on my finale verse stuff for Timon show. What are you thinking about so far? I know you're just like sort of into the third episode. So how you feeling about it so far?
Like 10 minutes or so into episode 3. I love it. I love this show so much. I don't want it to ever end.
But it only got picked up for a half season for next season.
Yeah, that's disappointing, but I don't know. You never know what'll happen. So far, so good, I'd have to say. It's totally classic storytelling. It's the classic, we're in a ship in outer space, everything went to hell, now what can we do? You know, I love that kind of stuff, where they're lost in space, everything's hopeless. You know, we're going to see how they overcome it. So this is going to be interesting. Everyone tells me that it was a wild season, but...
it was so wild. The whole first half... You have them in future and in space or whatever inside of a watchtower or a light tower they're inside of a light tower and then in the second half of the season they go back in time to the original time to try to prevent everything that's happened or whatever, but everybody's like keeping secrets from each other. Like Yo-Yo finds her future self, and she's got like no arms and shit. She finds her future self, whatever, because they keep on bringing her back or whatever, like on some Winter Soldier type shit, where they keep on bringing her back to life to do certain missions here and there. Like she's like a Kree slave, like they like brainwash her and shit.
I don't have much to say so far about the season besides that it's been good.
Yeah.
I don't know, like it's been good, but there's nothing like there hasn't been any major reveals or plot twists or deaths or anything so far.
You get a big reveal that I've actually already told you about at when Fitz and Simmons get married at the 100th episode of Agents of S.H.I.E.L.D. And it's not like some stupid like CW marriage. It's like a short like 5-minute wedding at the end of the episode. And it's done really well. It's sweet. It's like it's really cool.
Man, that reminded me of like how terrible they do weddings in media sometimes. I was thinking of the reviews I just saw for X-Men Gold number 30 when they had Colossus and Shadowcat getting married, it was like they hyped it up. They hyped up this issue, and I knew nothing good could come of it. Like I don't think I've ever read an issue of any comic or seen an episode of any show where like they have a good wedding episode. So like I knew nothing good was gonna come of this book, so I didn't read it.
Yeah.
And I saw it. It was like the cheesiest thing. There was cheese, and then after all the cheese, it got to like just plain dumb. So I guess like somebody is telling Kitty Pryde, and they're all like, "Oh, I don't think you guys are a good match. You would have been married by now." And Kitty's like, "What are you talking about? It is happening. We're about to get married. Blah blah blah."
Yeah.
Like the night before or something, and then like the day of the wedding gets canceled because right as he's about to put the ring on her finger, she phases through it and she gets cold feet, and then she ends up leaving him. I was like, you guys are killing me. Like they couldn't have just gotten married. Like it wasn't even a cool way to like disturb the wedding. And then I guess like Rogue and Gambit like after that happened, they were like, "Oh well, all the stuff's here. We'll just get married." So then like it's somebody else's wedding. They dipped, and then a random couple just goes up to the altar and uses it. I'm just like, this is the dumbest thing I've ever heard of.
That is crazy.
No, it's crazy in such a bad way, not crazy in a good way.
And I know that's I'd be. Oh my god, dude! Like they were putting that wedding on such big hype too. Like it was on all the ads for all the Marvel books. Like, all right, dude, stay tuned for this fucking awesome event, dude. Colossus and Kitty Pryde are getting married.
Bro, that's why I'm not. It's the Batman wedding because this is gonna be the dumbest thing. It's Batman and Catwoman getting married, but Bruce Wayne and Selena Kyle are not getting married.
Yeah.
So I'm like, how's this gonna work? Like, I'm only married to you part-time. Like, I don't get how that's gonna be worth reading or worth even writing.
And they know who each other are. They should obviously know who each other are by now. To where it's like.
But I'm saying like you can't get married as a superhero. You have to get married like as your real identities.
Yeah, I don't know, man. We don't live in a world where laws of superheroics apply, and like to where it's like it's a whole different world. So
hardly. I mean, like, how is that even going to begin to work? It just doesn't make sense.
But anyways, Fitzsimmons, they have a beautiful wedding together, and it's fantastic. And didn't Scott and Jean have a really kick-ass wedding back in the day?
You're putting me on the spot here because I want to say yes, but I want to say I'm unsure.
Oh, I pulled up a good comic that I picked up out of nowhere. So the cover of it looks like a Tide detergent box. It's called The One, and it's about this superhero that just like appears out of nowhere like all the time. In this world, there's this world where like everyone suffered like this thing called the Big Sleep, where like something happened in the sky. And it looked like a giant, like a bunch of circles or whatever, and they just expanded or whatever. You'll be able to see it. I have the cover of it pulled up on the Google here, and like so all these people just like they during the Big Sleep they went into this like alternate state or just another dimension or whatever, and they just all just collapsed, and like there was like two or three, or there was a bunch of people that didn't suffer under the Big Sleep, and they were going around and they were like they didn't know what was going on, so they were trying to find like a safe spot to go to for like hiding or whatever. It was such a crazy first issue. It's a 6-issue series. I haven't seen the second one yet. It's called The One, and the first issue is called The Big Sleep. It looks like a Tide. It looks like Tide, like a box of Tide.
Who's it from?
It's from IDW.
And who wrote it? And who drew it?
Story by Rick Veitch, colors by Kirby Veitch, editor Scott Dunbier, publisher Craig Goldstein.
I have no clue who any of these people are.
Dude, it's crazy, dude. The art's really obscure. It's crazy. If I would have flipped through it, I probably wouldn't have bought it. But I just judged it by its cover, and I'm glad I did. Like, because the art's just really weird, and it doesn't look like it's as exciting as it really is. And like, yeah, there's like this whole segment throughout the book where these people are getting interviewed by the news about like what they experienced in the big sleep and stuff. So like you get a little bit of who your main characters are.
I don't know. I can't really support IDW because I've seen too many of not only their creators but people that are also company staff saying stuff like, if you back Cyberfrog, we hate you. We wish your whole family dies if you back Cyberfrog. Like, that kind of wild stuff. I really can't support IDW at all.
All that shit is crazy. With like, who cares if I like a book or whatever that you don't like? Like, what the fuck, man? Like, we're not all supposed to like the same shit. We're not all supposed to like the same shit. That's what being an individual is about. Like, if I wanna buy Cyberfrog and I also want to buy The One, like, why can't I buy them both? Why you got to be a dick? IDW.
Yeah, but like, I don't know. They've said too much. I can't, in good consciousness, like, support them. But I could keep supporting Cyberfrog though. Like, I retweet it every time it comes up in my feed. He made $400,000 in just 30 days. That is insane.
That's good. And we don't have any Marvel and DC and Image pushing those numbers for single issues.
None of them make that much. Even if you take a book that sells, I don't know, if you sell like 100,000 copies, you're pretty much the number one book that month. Walking Dead sells 60 to 70,000. Let's see, at like a $4 cover price, if you're at $4, you only keep 40% of that.
Yeah.
Because you sell it. That's how much you're selling it for to the distributor. So I don't know. I don't have a calculator on me, and I got the call up on my phone, so I don't want to take it off. But I don't know. $4 times 0.4, you only get like what, $1.20, $1.19 or so, probably.
Yeah. Yeah, I got this cover of a Cyberfrog number 1 up.
There's some noise coming through your side, through your end.
I don't know, I'm fine.
Can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
I heard something coming through.
Oh.
You can hear me?
Yeah. I'm looking at all these Cyberfrog covers, dude. This shit looks pretty dope.
Yeah, it was. I haven't read them yet, but but I've seen some of the art, and you could see how far he's come as an artist. But even back then, his stuff is still better than most people will ever be in a lifetime. Even back when he was like in his 20s making that.
Yeah. Dude, I was watching this video with Ethan Van Sciver. So like he was chilling at this pizza place with like him and some buddies. And then the pizza place was all like, "Hey, dude, draw on our wall or whatever." And he's all like, "Fuck yeah, I will." He drew this Batman. And then the next day, the pizza place, or like overnight, the pizza place got like vandalized and shit just because he was an attendee there and he made like a live stream or whatever. And like, I don't know that.
Literally, everybody everybody says this. He's literally good guy Greg. I've talked to him like 100 times. We're Facebook friends. I've talked to him. I've emailed him, talked to him on Twitter, talked to him on YouTube, talked to him in private. Every time I talk to him, he's just nice guy Greg. Like, good guy Greg. There's not a bad thing about him. And then he goes to some pizza place, and the next day, somebody bashes in the door.
Yeah. But like all because he's friends with fucking your boy Ethan, or not. I mean your boy Zach from Diversity in Comics and shit like that, dude. It's all I don't know. It's all weird. All this shit's fucking weird.
But like back to like the last point when we were talking about the sales, like no comic from any publisher is making this much. Like even if you took something that was selling 100,000 copies and you keep like $1.19 on each issue, it's so like you're making what 119,000. But that's before like expenses and everything, because there's also the printing, and then you gotta pay the people that worked on it, all this and that. You know, we won't get into. No comic is making this much, even after Ethan covers expenses. Which, in his case, I mean, he's only got one guy working under him, the colorist. He's gonna keep most of this money after everything gets colored and then printed.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying, dude. Like I was saying that in that show I did on your channel, where like I see that like these indie books just coming in strong, especially like if you just go and get yourself out there and be well known, and then you put out a book. Like, dude, it's gonna sell, dude. It's gonna sell, even if you go out there and be well known for being controversial, dude, or whatever, or people not liking you. Your shit is gonna sell, and like the big three, especially Marvel and DC over there, they're fucking like they're afraid to take risks. They'll go and reboot their shit as soon as something goes wrong instead of taking a risk. Like they did take a risk with Secret Empire and it failed, but like
the biggest thing is they lost the kids. They completely lost that new generation of readers.
Yeah.
They didn't change their marketing strategies at all. Every way that they were getting new customers in on probably a daily basis for decades, getting new readers, they completely failed. And I was arguing with some guy on Twitter, which I try not to do, but I was talking about the low sales, and this dude's like, comics have always been niche. And then he's like, he said comics have always been niche, and I said no, they haven't been. I told him, I'm like, then how do you explain when they're selling the top like 7 or 8 comics in the 90s are each selling like 1 million or more, you know? And he's like, that was niche even back then. So I'm like, so if millions are niche, then what do you call tens of thousands? Do you call it dying? And he's like, no, this industry isn't dying. It's dying. But it's dying because poor quality and also poor advertising, getting it into new readers' hands. But Ethan is definitely giving the readers that are waiting for good material, he's giving them what they're wanting. And Cyberfrog.
You know what? Another thing I just thought of, like the industry is obviously not dying. We have more and more indie publishers than ever before, and that's something I just thought about. Like the industry is so diverse. Like you can go like there's a comic book for everything. So that could be also another reason, like not for a huge amount of the sales drops, but at least a good number of the sales drops. There's so much other content out there that people are branching out to other stuff, as well as reading Marvel and DC, but they're also picking up more indie. You know,
it's really debatable, but I just think that if they put up a 15-second clip before and after every blockbuster multi-billion-dollar movie, they put up like a 15-second ad. Go to your local comic shop, get this. They would boost their sales by such a significant amount. It's outrageous that nobody's done that over the last 10 years.
Yeah.
And without Marvel, there is no industry. There's good Marvel books right now, but for every good one, there's like 10 bad ones. So that has a lot to do with it. That's why Venom right now is great, Spectacular is great, but it's not enough to get back in all those old readers. And when you're still putting out like Cena Grace's run on Iceman and stuff, like that got canceled, and then they brought it back a few months later. It's coming out again soon. There's just too much of that nonsense going on. But indie books are definitely gaining more traction, more than they have in a while. Not anything close to the Image days in the early 90s.
Yeah.
When brand new creators, no one ever heard of you. Your first book sells like 800,000 copies, and then after like 2 or 3 months, you got like $1.5 million in the bank. It's not anywhere close to that, but we're definitely seeing a lot more progress when we've seen 2 indie books, Jawbreakers and Cyberfrog, almost 800 grand in like 2 months, 3 months.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying. Indie books are gonna be growing strong, and if no matter what your network is like, as long as it's a big network, it's gonna sell. And you're out there pushing buttons and making a name for yourself out there on the Twitter and just like doing stuff like that. So like, man,
I don't
maybe.
know. It's like right now I got like 680 followers, and like tomorrow I'm gonna be down to like 640. It just not really, but it fluctuates so much. Like some days I'll lose 10 followers, other days I'll gain like 13 more. I'm like, where do you guys come from? I don't even argue, or like I usually don't argue on Twitter, and I don't even try to be controversial. I just retweet good art, and that's what I try to do mostly.
Yeah. I remember the one tweet you were moving the needle on a specific book, and the dude's all like, don't move the needle on my books. I don't want to be associated with that shit." I thought that was hilarious.
He's a good dude. He ended up changing his mind on that because it got like 3 people I think did a video about that, and then tons of people went to my tweet and they gave me like tons of retweets. I forget how many. I got like a bunch of retweets, bunch of likes on that tweet. Then they were all replying to the dude. They were telling him like, "Move the needle isn't bad, this and that," and without like yelling at him, they were like explaining to him what it meant. And then he came out with a new tweet, and he was like, "Yeah, blah blah blah. I decided to listen to you guys. You were right, this and that."
It's see.
Okay to use the
That's cute, man. Like, see, like all the world needs is just some polite dialogue with one another, and we can have an understanding of what things really are instead of like.
Yeah, the dude's name is Zach Kaplan. I recommend pretty much all his stuff, even though I haven't read it all yet. I've read his book called Port of Earth. I've read it all except I have to read the last issue. And then he just had a #1 come out called The Lost City Explorers. That one was a good issue. He has another series called Eclipse, but I haven't read that yet.
Yeah, from what I've seen of what Jawbreakers looks like, it seems like it's not a bad book. And I get a lot of heat. I get a lot of heat from like Dalen and shit about that. I'm like, dude, it doesn't even look like it's that bad of a book. They're like, dude, fuck that guy, dude. He doesn't like Captain Marvel. Captain Marvel's a fucking. He thinks Captain Marvel's a fucking dyke bitch or whatever. I'm all like, yeah, I know he thinks that, but I don't care, dude. Fucking. Sometimes he has some good points about stuff, man. Like ignore the shit you don't like, and then listen to some stuff that other shit he might have to say.
Yeah, I mean, like, I definitely don't agree with him on everything. There's stuff we'll never agree about.
Yeah.
But going back to the art, artist has a run on Cable that is just beautiful. I've been reading it. I want to say it's from 150 to 155. I have 150 to 154. My shop is out of 155, so I gotta track that down. But John Malin, man, honest. He worked under Rob Liefeld, actually.
That's funny. That's funny.
Silence. Rip.
That's funny. Rob Liefeld. That dude seems like he's an alright guy. I don't know. I've heard mixed things. I've heard that he's a douchebag, and I've heard that he's an alright guy. But he seems like he's an alright guy.
Dude, I've heard nothing but nice. I seen some dude on Instagram one time saying, blah, blah, he didn't have money to go see Deadpool. And then Rob Liefeld, like, replied to his comment, and he was like, send me your PayPal, blah, 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 I'll give you money to go see it. And then I think I seen on Twitter, Liefeld, like, bought movie tickets for, like, for a whole showing of Deadpool, and then he... I'm tired. Oh, sorry. I'm tired and it's cold down here. Like I was saying, Liefeld bought like the tickets for like a showing of first showing of Deadpool, and he was giving away tickets to anybody that was trying to like buy it for that showing. The theater would just tell him like it's already paid for and give him the tickets. So I mean, from what I've seen, he's a cool dude. He maybe could still be a dick. I don't know. I had the chance to meet him and I didn't. C2E2 2017. I went by a few times to his table and I never saw him there, but I always saw a long line.
Yeah.
And every time I came across like a C2E2 2017 recap video, I would always see people there like filming him at the table, and I was like, how on earth did I just never see this dude?
Yeah, and you're there every single day, and you're all over the place all the time. Like Artist Alley is your spot.
It is. I never stop booking artists. Like if you're an artist, stay away because I'm gonna ask you to work with me on something.
Man, you never stop roaming Artist Alley. Like the first time I ran into you, I was like, I didn't know there was that much more beyond Artist Alley. Like, cause that was my first year I went there with my buddy Bobby, and we were just like all around just Artist Alley, just like waiting in lines and getting books and stuff signed. And I'm all like, man, there's like a lot more here. Like, but all I know is Artist Alley. And then we'd go to we'd go and wait in some other lines and stuff too. Like there was like the shit that like usually like Hulk Hogan, like the big celebrity stuff. We'd go and wait in those lines too. And I was all like, man, they're only there for like I'm there from like 4 to 5, and that's it. And then you have to wait through that big ass line or whatever, you know.
Yeah.
So there was a bunch of those that we were. So like I didn't even know what the fuck was going on. I thought Artist Alley was like really like that's all you really need to be entertained. I mean, there's so much more going on the whole time. But Artist Alley is all you really need to be entertained, man. You can spend fucking hundreds of dollars.
Actually, no. You could be in Artist Alley, spend like $0 to $20, and you would still have a fun time.
But I'm saying you could easily spend hundreds of dollars just in Artist Alley. Like if you're out there, you should like to spend if you're at con and you're trying to spend a bunch of money, like you could easily just blow it all in Artist Alley. You know, like fucking boom.
I almost never spend money on the floor unless it's for Funkos, because well, they do have good deals on the floor, but where you really want to spend the money is the indie books they're selling in Artist Alley. But excuse me, I'm super tired tonight. Anyways, like I was saying about me like bugging artists, like I just met this artist on Twitter. This dude called Jeff. And I really loved his art, and I followed him, and then he followed me back. So I was like, sweet. So I gotta like, I gotta slide into the DMs, obviously.
Yeah.
So I seen he posts like he posts a bunch of like wicked cool art, and so I messaged him. I'm like, dude, I love your art. What other stuff do you like to draw? And so he tells me, and he's like part of Comics Gate and stuff too. So he watches like Ethan and Yellow Flash and Umbrella Guy and DNC and all of them.
Yeah.
So I'm like, we're talking about comics. I'm like, and he's saying he's about to do his own thing, his own comic, and I'm like, dude, we're making comics great again. I'm like,
Making comics great again.
I told him that. I'm like, dude, there's a bunch of us making comics great again. You're making one. Ethan's making one, and I tell him I'm about to make one. I'm about to make an Indiegogo with my buddy Sean. I'm like, we're all making comics great again. And so I tell this dude, I'm like, you want to work on something together after your own project? And he's like, maybe I might be open to it. He's like, or I might just do my own thing. I don't know yet. So I was like, all right, I got you. So like, so then I came back like 10 minutes later. And I'm like, okay, well, I wrote a script based off the stuff you like to draw, so here it is. And he liked it. And I'm like, the next day I gave him like the second script. I'm like, here's the next one. And then like 2 days later, because I was finishing up my third novel, finished it. It's like 50,000 words. Looking for agents now, but I took 2 days off from writing comics to finish that. And then I was like, sorry about that. I was finishing up this novel, and then the next day I sent him the third script. I'm like, well, here you go. I wrote this series just for you based off what you like to draw. And he's like, we'll keep in touch. He's like, I might do my own things still. And after this comic he's already doing, he might do another one of his own ideas. But we're keeping in touch. But I don't know. I do that for pretty much every artist.
Yeah.
Tell me what you like to draw. Write it right now.
Yeah, that's what I was trying to do when I met this one artist at C2E2, where I was all like, hey, just tell me what you like are into drawing or whatever, like, or send me like a little idea of what your books are about, or even like the previous scripts that your former writer had, so I can just fucking boom, and I can just write it, boom, and then she never emailed me back, and like I even told her that in person. I was all like, hey, dude, just I'll email you, and I'll let you know, man, because I can basically write anything, and yeah.
Me too. I tell them all that I can write anything, but in reality, I can't write comedy.
Oh man, me neither. Like I can't write like if the book is supposed to be like 100% comedy, like these Rocko's Modern Life books that I buy.
I couldn't get past like page 2 or 3, I think.
Nah, like yeah, but I can write funny scenes or whatever, but I can't write a full comedy book like the Rocko's Modern Life or anything like that, you know, like.
Dude, I got like the funniest scene I did, but like I don't know if I want to spoil it for you or not. But okay, it's no, because I want you to be surprised. But that 3-issue miniseries I just told you about that I wrote for that one artist,
Yeah.
I think I sent them as well. Read them. There's something hilarious that happens in issue 3. I'm not going to tell you what it is, but just thinking about it has me cracking up. Like I was about to type it. I had to stop for 5 minutes because it was like actually one of the funniest things I've ever done. Probably the only funny thing I've ever done.
So did you watch the full dog walking tutorial?
Oh, I watched like the first 2 minutes, and then you said there's a funny story near the end, so I was like skipping around, and I never heard a story. I watched the first 2.5 minutes, and I watched the last like 20 seconds.
Well, there's a part where I'm going around the last corner, and there's these poles that are in this dude's yard, and I talk about how like one time I was doing this with my dog on a bicycle, and the leash got caught on the poles or whatever because he cut the corner a little tight. I went flying in the air. The bike went flying across the street. Like literally, the bike went flying like to the next yard across the street, and I went flying in the air, fell right on my ass. That was just the story at the end, and you can actually see, and I point the camera around like where the shit happened. So then I talk about you need to encourage your dog to make wide turns around the corners if you're gonna walk your dog in that sort of way. Ah, goodness.
Anyway.
Yeah.
I don't know. We just got a couple minutes minutes left, because I'm not trying to record past 11, so I could finish the last 30 minutes of this episode before bed.
Bedtime.
I don't know, anything you want to talk about in closing? We could probably go another 10 minutes max.
All right, we're gonna make comics great again.
Definitely.
Everyone,
dude, there's so much good stuff.
Everyone needs to read Archie books because they're exciting, and there's Archie books for every sort of thing. If you're fucking trying to start a band, you can read the Archies. If you want to form a biker gang, read Betty and Veronica Vixens. If you're into vampire shit, dude, read Vampironica. If you just want classic old school Archie, dude, read Archie and Pals, or just or the Riverdale book. No, Riverdale book's like the dramatic Archie shit. But
yeah, it's not as good as the Cheeseball stuff. I think the Cheeseball stuff's a little better.
Yeah, like the Archie and Pals and stuff like that, dude. They would read all the Archie books, dude. You can't go wrong. They're the same price as other comics. Unfortunately, they're not the $2.99 like the new DC stuff that's coming out. They should be. They should be $2.99. I'd buy doubles. Everyone should read Xenoscope. That shit's exciting.
Everyone should back my Indiegogo for Stardust whenever it comes out.
Everyone should back your Stardust Indiegogo. Absolutely. I'm putting 50 on it for sure. You know that.
I hope it's a success. I got some people that are excited for it. I'm just worried we won't hit our goal. It's looking at about 2,100 maybe, which isn't bad considering how big Comicsgate really is. Because there's thousands of people willing to drop money. I just don't got that big reach. I don't have 60 to 80,000 subs. I have 40 if that.
Right. Same boat here. Channel Team Wiener. We're 50 subscribers maybe with 10 views at max, and we're pushing a milestone here. The 1 year anniversary is coming up. We're pushing a milestone. We're making podcasts great again.
Bro, the most important thing is we're making comics great again. There's so many good Indiegogos right now. Besides Jawbreakers and Cyberfrog, there's one called Ravage. There's one called Jungle Comics.
Yeah.
There's one called this one's not out yet. But okay, you remember My Hero Macadamia? My buddy Timothy Lim that drew it, he's also drawing this other book that's coming soon to Kickstarter called the Trump Space Force. So that's hilarious.
Yes, I cannot exclaim my excitement for Space Force.
Chuck Dixon's writing it. Chuck Dixon is writing it, so you know it's going to be wild.
Nasser, we are going to join the Space Force, and we're going to look like motherfucking Buzz Lightyear and his commandos and shit, dude. We're going to fucking be out there, man, on the moon, making sure the Earth stays safe against alien threats. We are going to... We'll be taking selfies on the goddamn moon in our Space Force uniforms.
There's also one called Red Rooster that's coming out soon. That one's going to be a fun one.
Is that another Trump spoof?
No, Red Rooster? No, that's going to be a superhero book. It's drawn and created by Mitch Breitweiser. And then the dude writing it is the co-creator of My Hero Macadamia.
Let's see.
So Red Rooster would be fun. So, I don't know, I'd probably name 6 Indiegogos. they're all going to be great. Like, there's such a big market for these books that, like, you hear about them all the time. They used to spend like $100 a week at the comic shop, and then now they really don't buy as much, or they just don't go because there's been such a decline in the quality of the comics, especially the last few years. Like, we were in a comic recession since the end of 2016. And sales were down 10%. At least 50 comic shops closed last year. This year, so far, year to date, it's been positive. It's been up from last year, but it's still not where it could be, especially with all the movies and stuff and all the money and hype those bring in. But there's a big audience for these comics, and they're definitely flocking to Indiegogo.
I'm looking up some of this Red Rooster stuff. It looks so weird.
Dude, it looks super obscure. That's why I can't wait. Like, at first you're like, how's this dude? Like, he looks. Well, obviously he looks like a rooster, you know, his outfit. But it's like he has such a weird name. Like, who picks rooster for a name?
Yeah.
And then everything is like he's got like a barn around him, you know. But it's just so like wacky. It's like it has to be good. There's no way it can be this wacky and not be good.
He kind of looks like Ultraman too.
Like I don't know what tone they're going for. If they're gonna go for comedy, if they're gonna go for serious, but I could really see it going either way, and either way is gonna be good.
That's how I feel when like Super Emu comes out, because her name is Super Emu. She's got the fucking emu on her, like a little emu thing on her uniform, and but she has nothing to do with the fucking emu. She has nothing to do with birds or like running at like rapid bird speed. She's got electricity powers. And so, like, I feel like a lot of people are like, dude, this is like, what is this supposed to be, a spoof book? Or is this supposed to be just like, I'm like, no, dude, she just chose a name that her friends call her, that her two best friends call her, and she's not very smart. So that's how she gets outed by her friends and shit eventually. You know, like she's not very smart. She just chose a name out of a whim, you know, fucking and ran with it.
Yeah. So that's that. We're all making comics great again. We're not gonna preach any politics at anybody. We're not gonna tell anyone to piss off. We're not telling anyone not to buy our books. That's all I see when I get on Twitter is pros saying, piss off, I hate you. You should be thinking exactly like me, and if you don't think exactly like me, don't buy my books. I don't know how no publisher steps in. Like if I have my own label for when I self-publish. I've already self-published under it, and when I self-publish again, you know, that's gonna be my label. But if I ever got big enough to publish other people, there's no way I would let them act like that, or they'd be fired.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Like if Vernon Avenue Press ever gets that big, I'm all like, man, don't talk shit to customers. Don't talk shit. Like, don't talk. You know, like, or like I'll pay you for the work that you've done or whatever. But yeah, otherwise you can hit bricks, dude. I can finish writing these titles on my own or whatever, or I can find someone else to draw the second half of these books or whatever. You know, like.
If they truly can't control themselves, they should just make a personal account. Because a lot of these say like I write for Marvel in the bio, or they'll tweet about the work they're doing for their job, but then the next tweet is piss off.
Yeah.
So if they really can't control themselves, if they really hate fans this much, they should make their own personal account.
Yeah, a professional Twitter and a personal Twitter or something. You know, like yeah. Yeah, I definitely agree with that.
For me, this is my personal one, but it is slowly turning into a business account, which I'm fine with. I'm not going to make a second account because I don't even post politics anyways.
Yeah.
So
you post anti-politics, you're like, stop bringing up politics. I don't understand this shit.
It's not important. It gives me a headache, first of all. It gives me a headache. Second of all, there's more important stuff to life than just talking politics.
Yeah.
Third of all, nobody likes to talk about actual issues. I could tell you how many times I go on and I see someone talking about Flint, Michigan still has still doesn't have clean water. I see that like once every like 2 months someone brings it up, but then every day somebody goes on there and they're like, somebody called me a pancake or a cupcake.
That's
Don't call me a cupcake. It gets like 30,000 retweets and like 50,000 likes, and I'm like, guys, there's more important stuff than being triggered because someone called you a cupcake. You know what I'm saying?
those are the type of insults that Lou Cho will tell someone when they're acting all fucking like, oh man, I can't believe they're fucking rebooting Thundercats or whatever in this way. Just like, hold on, slow down there, pancake. What seems to be the issue here? Did someone not change your diaper or something? Like some shit, say some shit like that, and then they'll get even more mad. It's hilarious.
Bro, for real. I'm just so surprised. I'm so surprised. It'll be like, I'll see like a tweet that says I hate Trump, and it'll get like 100,000 retweets.
Yeah.
But then there's no tweets about like how many soldiers kill themselves a day. There's nothing about soldiers living in poverty. There's nothing about actual issues. You know what I'm saying? There's like most of what people tweet about. It's pointless. It's pointless politics, and it's like, okay, we get it. You're upset about how things are going, but there's more to life than just being upset on Twitter all day.
We've been doing this charity. We've been doing this charity at my job for like the past since Memorial Day, and we're doing it until July 4th. So it's gonna be over on Wednesday. But we've been running this charity where you want to round up your change to the next whole dollar to donate to donate to this place. It's Folds of Honor. It's a veterans charity, and I'm always thinking, I'm all like, they're like, oh, it goes to the families of fallen vets. And blah blah blah. It helps their kids go to college and yada 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 and all this other horse shit. And I'm all like, man, what about just giving money to the homeless vets that we have fucking hundreds of millions of throughout the country? And I'm probably over exaggerating the number, but there's a lot of homeless vets out there that from like the Vietnam and shit era, dude, like that's out there struggling to survive and stuff, and why aren't we doing some shit for them, dude?
Yeah, for real. Like, I don't know. I follow people that I'm like, oh, I love this person's work. Like Stephen King, I follow him on Twitter, and I'm looking forward to hearing him talk about writing, talk about his new books coming out. I'm looking forward to him saying, I'm having a signing here or there, maybe it's close to me and I could go. No, I never see any of that. And there's like, I can name at least like 10 people off the top of my head, but since we're about to end this, I won't. But all I ever see from him and from others is just like, oh, I hate Trump today. I hate Trump today. Trump, Trump, Trump. Like, he lives in their head rent-free 24/7. Like, I don't know. It's pointless.
Yeah. The man has gained control over the masses through ways of manipulation, in a sense. And, like, if someone has that much control over, like, oh, man, I hate this motherfucker, that means they've won. Like...
Really, I don't even like him. I really don't like him. I'm just tired of just hearing his name everywhere. Like Stephen King, I'm reading his latest book. I have like 80 pages left. I can't tell you how many times he's mentioned Trump or Hillary or like, it'll just be like stupid stuff. Like, he'll be like, and then a car drove by and the bumper had a sticker that said, I'm with her. And I'm like, this wasn't necessary. Like, that's like the least important thing about a car.
All right, everyone. We're gonna close it. We're gonna close the long box. Make sure that you sign up and register for Space Force. You're gonna be in the Army in space. There's nothing more you can ask for. Do all the liking and subscribing and sharing and all that stuff for all your friends and family. And go check out Nasser's channel. I'll leave a link in the description below, dude. He's getting a lot of hits for all the stuff that he talks about. I'm on one of his little episodes. So, man, dude, check it out, man. His videos aren't long like mine either. They're nice and short. And yeah, man. anything you got to say for goodbyes?
I'm good. This video probably will only get like 3 views, and I'm 2 of them. So
I'm too. All right.